Have you ever wondered what's really happening inside your body when you lift weights? You feel the burn, you push through that last rep, and the next day, you're sore. But what's the magic behind turning all that effort into bigger, stronger muscles? Today, we're diving deep into the science of muscle growth, also known as muscle hypertrophy. It's not just about lifting heavy things, it's a fascinating biological process. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how your muscles grow and what you can do to maximize your results. So, let's start with the basics. Your muscles are made up of thousands of tiny muscle fibers. Think of them like a bundle of ropes. When you challenge your muscles with resistance training, like lifting weights or doing push-ups, you're actually creating tiny, microscopic tears in these muscle fibers. Now, I know tears sounds bad, but in this context, it's a good thing. This is the essential first step. This damage is what signals your body to kickstart the repair process. It's like your body's internal alarm system going off, saying, "Hey, we've got some damage here, time to rebuild and come back stronger." This initial stress is the trigger for everything that follows. Once these micro tears occur, your body's immune system swings into action. It sends special cells, called satellite cells, to the site of the damage. You can think of these satellite cells as the construction crew for your muscles. They rush to the damaged area to begin the repair work. Their primary job is to fuse together and also fuse to the damaged muscle fibers. This fusion process not only patches up the tears but also adds new material to the muscle fibers, making them thicker and stronger than they were before. This is the core mechanism of muscle hypertrophy. Each time you train and recover, your muscle fibers get a little bit bigger, and over time, this adds up to visible muscle growth. But what fuels this repair and growth process? The answer is protein. This is where your nutrition plays a crucial role. The satellite cells need building blocks to do their job, and those building blocks are amino acids, which you get from eating protein-rich foods. When you consume protein after a workout, your body breaks it down into amino acids. These amino acids are then transported through your bloodstream to your muscles, providing the raw materials needed for the satellite cells to rebuild and reinforce the muscle fibers. This is why you often hear fitness experts emphasizing the importance of post-workout protein. Without enough protein, your body's construction crew doesn't have the bricks and mortar it needs to build a bigger, stronger structure. Now, let's talk about the 3 key factors that trigger muscle growth. The first, and most important, is mechanical tension. This is the force you place on your muscles when you lift weights. The heavier you lift, the more tension you create. This tension is what directly causes the micro tears we talked about. It's the primary signal that tells your muscles they need to adapt and grow stronger to handle that load in the future. To maximize mechanical tension, you need to be lifting weights that are challenging for you, ideally in a rep range of about 6 to 12 reps per set, where the last few reps are genuinely difficult to complete. The second factor is metabolic stress. Have you ever felt that burn in your muscles during a high rep set? That's metabolic stress. It happens when you work your muscles to the point where waste products, like lactate, start to build up. This buildup creates an acidic environment in the muscle, which is another signal for growth. It also causes the pump, where your muscles temporarily swell up with fluid. While the pump itself isn't muscle growth, the metabolic stress that causes it does contribute to the hypertrophy process. This is why both heavy, low-rep training and lighter, high-rep training can be effective for building muscle. They target different mechanisms. The third factor is muscle damage. This is directly related to the micro tears we discussed earlier. While mechanical tension is the cause, the resulting damage itself is a powerful stimulus for growth. The soreness you feel a day or two after a tough workout, known as delayed onset muscle soreness or DOMS, is a direct result of this muscle damage and the subsequent inflammation and repair process. However, it's important to note that more soreness doesn't always mean more growth. Extreme soreness can actually hinder your progress by preventing you from training effectively. The goal is to create enough damage to stimulate growth, but not so much that it cripples you for days. So, How do we put this all together into a practical plan? The key principle is progressive overload. This means you have to continually challenge your muscles by gradually increasing the demand you place on them. If you lift the same weight for the same number of reps every single week, your body will adapt, and it will have no reason to continue growing. You need to give it a reason. You can achieve progressive overload in several ways. The most obvious is by increasing the weight you're lifting. You can also increase the number of reps you do with the same weight, or increase the number of sets you perform for a particular exercise. You could also decrease your rest times between sets, which increases metabolic stress. The method isn't as important as the principle. You must consistently do more over time. Recovery is just as important as the training itself. Remember, you don't build muscle in the gym, you build it when you rest. Sleep is when your body does most of its repair work. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone, which is critical for muscle repair and growth. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. If you're skimping on sleep, you're seriously shortchanging your muscle building potential. Think of it this way: your workouts are the request for growth, but sleep is when your body actually fulfills that request. And let's circle back to nutrition, because it's the third leg of the stool alongside training and rest. We've talked about protein, but your overall calorie intake is also vital. To build new muscle tissue, your body needs energy. If you're not eating enough calories to support your activity level and the demands of muscle growth, your progress will stall. You need to be in a slight calorie surplus, meaning you're consuming more calories than you're burning. This gives your body the extra energy it needs to fuel the construction process. Of course, this doesn't mean you should eat junk food. Focus on a balanced diet rich in lean proteins, complex carbohydrates for energy, and healthy fats for hormone production. So, let's recap the entire process. You go to the gym and create mechanical tension, metabolic stress, and muscle damage through resistance training. This signals your satellite cells to activate. You then go home, eat a protein-rich meal to provide the necessary amino acids, and get a good night of sleep to allow your body to release growth hormone and perform the repair work. The satellite cells fuse to your muscle fibers, making them bigger and stronger. You repeat this process, consistently applying progressive overload, and over weeks and months, your muscles grow. It's a beautiful, complex system, but the practical application is straightforward: train hard, eat well, and rest properly. There are no shortcuts or magic pills. It's all about consistency and applying these scientific principles. Understanding how it works can be incredibly motivating. The next time you're in the gym, pushing through a tough set, you can visualize those tiny fibers tearing and your body preparing to rebuild them stronger than ever. You're not just lifting weights, you're initiating a powerful biological response. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this deep dive into the science of muscle growth was helpful and motivating for you. If you learned something new, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more science-based fitness content. Let me know in the comments what topic you'd like me to cover next. Now go build some muscle. See you in the next one.